what's up, fellas? I'm Ryan, certified strength and conditioning specialist from theworkoutcorner.com, and you know what today is. It is a great day for working out and answering some of your questions. Exactly what I do here every Monday. I pick 3 questions from the comment box below. Winner of the best question gets free access to my 80/20 course. Hope you had a good weekend. I had an amazing weekend. My brother came to town, helped move, and we did something pretty unique and pretty fun. So here's a little clip for you.
Oh shit. Whew. That's a beefy one. You got him, Ryan. You got him. Just watch where you pull him out, because there's a nice one waiting for you right there. So watch where you pull him, because there's one right behind you waiting for you. Yeah, I'm not going over there. Ryan, shout out, this is Sparta.
This is Sparta! Woo! Yeah, it was a blast. So live gator wrestling. Those are real gators, and what we do there is we're actually checking them for bites, for fighting each other, and then the trainers also need to give them medication. So it's a fun experience. It's called Colorado Gators, I think maybe .com or .net, but had a blast. And coming out soon here, I've got it launching Modern Spartan Fitness. So that's where I'm going to be teaching and putting out a lot of videos and training programs for guys looking to build the Spartan physique and the Spartan presence that comes with that. So that's kind of what the cape was in there for. Had an absolute blast, but enough about that. Let's go ahead and jump into your questions. Joe Video says, hey Ryan, I'm 6 weeks in and noticing that I'm getting stronger, but I'm not dropping any weight. Is it common to bulk up before slimming down? Am I just gaining muscle faster than I'm losing fat? Thanks so much. Yeah, Joe, well, you know, there are a lot of variables here, right? The type of training that you're doing, 6 weeks into what? You know, what program? Also, big one is your food intake. And if the scale is not moving, it could be a result of that, or maybe the scale is not supposed to move. Sometimes if you're just starting out, you may not notice the scale move until later because, you know, you are kind of building some muscle and losing fat or some combination of those. And so early on, the scale is not going to really show you a whole lot of movement because the net result is minimal. So that's something that, you know, is discussed in a Spartan Rises training program where I go through, because a lot of guys kill themselves by looking at what? The scale, because that's what we're taught. The marketing education is that you need to look at the scale to see, okay, how many, you know, did it move? And so a lot of guys use that as a holy grail, and that ends up screwing up their training because they're looking at the wrong data point to get validation that what they're doing is right. So I would encourage you to kind of just take a step back. If the strength's going up, that's a good sign. But if the weight is not getting, in terms of, you know, if you see body fat being added on, well, then that's usually either a problem with the type of training that you're doing or the food intake. All right, hope that helps. Adam Needlinger says, hi Ryan, I was wondering if you could explain the difference between core and abs. Should I focus on one over the other, or are they not really separate? I ask because I'm rather thin and would like to fill out with a more muscular midsection. Cool, Adam. Well, hey, so yeah, a lot of times people, you know, it really depends on the article or where you're reading it, because some people will use those terms interchangeably. Others will separate them and say that abs, they're talking about specifically the front abs, and core is, you know, abs and your obliques and also your hip flexors and hip muscles as far as your whole core here. So, you know, to kind of jump to your question about, okay, how do I fill out my midsection? You want to focus on compound lifts and make sure you're eating enough food so that your body has the material it needs to build you that bigger midsection. And the best exercise that hits not only core but also abs is squats. So I encourage you to go ahead and study that and start implementing squats, not on the Smith bar but with a free bar, and that will help you get your midsection up. All right, hope that helps. Hey Ryan, Jeff from Denmark here. All right, worldwide. Let's see, I'm 18 years old and 5.6 feet in the past 2 years. Awesome, great job. Wow, 60 pounds, that's a lot. Let's see, my question is, now that I've been working out with both muscle and strength growth, I've seen a big improvement in strength and a normal amount in growth. Is there any kind of method where I can speed up the growth? Regards, Jeff, and I love your videos. Awesome, Jeff. Well, hey, great progress. First of all, just for sticking with it for 2 years. You know, this is changing your body and your life is a process. It's not an event. So people who fall into this trap of 90 days, man, just being suckered. But it's obviously you've kind of broken free of that. So congratulations. In terms of, you know, growth, yeah, it's going to depend on the training. Okay, so you want to optimize your rep ranges for if you're looking for, you know, to just specifically hit growth. And then also the biggest thing, like we've been talking about a lot in this video, is your food intake, because your body's just not going to manufacture muscle out of thin air. If you're not eating enough, then your body's not going to put on enough muscle. So make sure that you are eating much more if you are not seeing gains, and you can track it, you know, each week, so that way you're not putting on too much weight and getting fat. Okay, so there's kind of a happy medium there. The exact amount is what you're going to have to figure out by kind of paying attention to what you eat and adjusting from there. All right, hope that helps. All right, fellas, that'll do it for an episode of My Food Monday. Go and put your questions in the comment box below, and we will get to those. Adam, my man, thanks for your question. You are the winner this week. Go ahead and put a comment in the comment box below so I know you saw this. Get you hooked up on my 80-20 course. Everybody else, have a good week. Lift hard. I'll see you next Monday.